Looking back on where I've been, empty soul filled with sin, looking for so much more.
I'm here now today telling you about how the rock changed my life, and how God and Jesus changed my life through the rock. My name is Moises Hernandez, and I first came to the rock through community service. I was on probation, and my probation officer gave me community service to do. Walking in, as I walk in to do my hours, my state of mind was always, you know, mug everybody I see, forget everybody, all about me, pretty much. And I didn't care about anything. So walking in, you know, I'm looking around and I see this lady in the office, glass office, and I don't know who she is, but she looks at me and she comes out and she tells me, I know who you are, and I'm over here thinking, you know, and I tell her, you don't know me. And she tells me, yes, I know you. Your mom's name is Maria. How do you do know me? I'm like, how do you know me? And she said, she told me a story how my mom went there to get a pregnancy test from the pregnancy center. From that moment on, I kept going there, doing my community service every chance I got, whenever I wasn't out on the streets acting bad, just acting stupid with my friends and whatnot. Eventually, I finished my community service, and I didn't have to go back to the rock, but for some reason I found myself going there. The attitude was so different than everybody else. They had a nice attitude. If they needed my help, I would help out. If not, I would just hang around. Sure enough, later on, she asked me, I have a Bible study at my house, and I was wondering if you would like to come. There'd be times where I wouldn't have food at home, we wouldn't have anything to eat because we'd be struggling with just so many things that I know she had food there, she had pizza and whatnot, and that was my place to go, you know, to eat sometimes. So I would go there for the food sometimes I just go because my brothers were going, and I'm like, why are they going? I have to go check it out. I started going to Bible studies, and sure enough, there was a guy that named Travis Bailey. I didn't really care what he was talking about, but I was just there for the pizza. For the food, whatnot, sometimes I go messed up and whatnot. So I went there for the food, and after going for so long, you know, everything just went in one ear and out the other, until finally, one day, I was just doing my regular thing, which is eating my pizza, and whatever this guy was saying, you know, just it was supposed to be going out one ear, but that day, everything he was saying was just making so much sense. I started paying attention for some reason. I started realizing what he was talking about, which was Jesus, how Jesus died for us, how he died for our sins, how he went to heaven, and he was born again, he raised from the grave, and everything he said just started clicking, making sense, and then from that day on, whenever I would go, I would get this feeling of something or somewhat thing tugging at my heart, and I didn't know how to explain it, but I did not like that feeling until it got to the point where I just couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I don't know what this feeling is, why it's getting stronger, when deep inside I knew it was God. Instead of doing what I knew had to be done, which is giving my life to Christ, that life really isn't for me. I told him that life just isn't my life. I have my own life I'm living right now, and you can't get in the way of that. This is not gonna make any sense. How is a God so big gonna take time out to talk to me who is so little? That's just not gonna work. And vice versa, sometimes I would think, you know, I was too big for God. I mean, like, God, you're too small for me. I'm well known, I have his reputation, and I can't let you get in the way of that, God. I mean, you're just not, I don't have time for you. If God wants me to go left, I'm gonna go right. If he wants me to go right, I'm gonna go left. I'm gonna go total opposite of God. I don't want anything to do with God. So then I get a call from Travis, and he tells me, hey, I'm start doing the weight room, and I was wanting to become for support, be there for support, and that's it. And but knowing that, you know, that he was gonna have a weight room at the Rock, I knew anything that had to do with the Rock was gonna sure enough provide a Bible study. There's gonna be a Bible study involved in. I love to work out, so I wanted to work out. It was hot back in the weight room, so in the Rock. So that day, Travis went to go get some ice from the church. I look around, you know, because I didn't want anybody to see me talking to God, because I thought I was crazy, you know. I used to think, I can't talk to something I can't see. So I looked around first, there's nobody there. So then I have a seat, and I just started talking to God. And I told him, you know, God, you know how much of a mess I was, you know my past and what I was, and how I'm no good. I'm not worthy, but I know these past few months of my life, everything's been going so good, just so good, and I know that all of that has to do with you. There's no way I could have done any of that by myself. I just listened. Something in me was tired. Something in me also at the same time thought I could call God's bluff. You know, he wasn't gonna do anything. I still couldn't move. I still couldn't say anything. So then Travis, he tells me, you know, after that, he makes a statement twice also. I remember clear as day, he says, it's time, it's time. And once he said those words, I knew inside of me what had to be done. And I found my head on the zone, shaking up and down. And I found myself saying yes. And I didn't do any of that, and I knew God did it. And I prayed that prayer, and I remember afterwards Travis saying he was excited because it was a good 4 or 5 years, maybe more, that all that took place just to happen. God just, like I said, God knows what he does for a reason, bringing the rock into my life. I never thought that I was gonna make it even to the beginning of high school, finish it. But I finished high school. It was hard to believe when I did it, but I finished high school, and now I am in college, and I'm still pushing on with God's help. I'm just glad what took place that day at the way it took place for a reason. I'm still involved at The Rock, and there's many things I'm involved in, and it's all thanks to The Rock and Jesus.
Jesus, you're making all things new. Come create